Mr. Palazzo.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Admiral Gallaudet, it's great to see you again. Thank you for being here today. During last year's hearing, Secretary Ross made a commitment to me and to this subcommittee to work with the Gulf states to find a solution to better manage our red snapper fisheries. And Admiral, you and I have spoken about this issue as well. Fast forward to today, this administration has stood by these commitments, and I want to first say how much I and my Gulf colleagues appreciate the willingness of this administration to work with our states and the recreational fishing community on ways to improve red snapper management, and which, as everyone knows, is by far the most popular and contentious offshore fish in the Gulf of Mexico. And I'm proud of the work that Mississippi and the other Gulf states have put into developing proposals that will allow each of the states to manage recreational fishermen in both state and federal waters over the next 2 years. Mississippi is more than capable of managing its fishery in a way that ensures conservation while maximizing access, and I believe it should be given the maximum management flexibility possible under this proposal. And I know that the question I'm about to ask could very easily be answered anytime this week or next week, so without being a spoiler, Admiral, will you commit NOAA Fisheries to working with Mississippi and the other states to ensure these proposals are approved and provide whatever assistance is needed to ensure their success?
Yes, Congressman, we will, and I think the red snapper story this year is a fantastic one, especially in light of the last year's season. And so I think we're going to be very successful, and I will work with Mississippi and all the Gulf states in managing co-managing the red snapper fishery.
Thank you for that commitment. Shifting gears a little bit, as you know from your own science background and career as oceanographer of the Navy, maintaining the competitive edge in the maritime environment is critical for both defense and non-defense. There is legislation introduced in both the House and Senate for the purpose of developing a NOAA Navy program for the assessment and acquisition of unmanned maritime systems to the benefit of several NOAA offices, including ocean exploration and research. However, the President's budget has reduced or eliminated programs that aim to maintain that competitive edge, especially through competitive programs and cooperative institutes with university scientists, such as with the University of Southern Mississippi, my alma mater, and others. What is your strategy for maintaining the United States' competitive advantage in the area advanced technologies relevant to the NOAA mission, especially in unmanned maritime systems and ocean exploration with such dramatic reductions to the budget?
So, Congressman, I understand and appreciate your interest and support of our technology development, certainly with respect to ocean capabilities, as well as the unmanned systems work we are doing and we've discussed together personally. And so, yes, the budget choices in terms of the unmanned systems work in our Office of Ocean and Atmospheric Research, as well as many others that are important, we've made because this administration is committed to prioritizing national security funding. And from my past experience in the Navy, I support that prioritization. And so we decided to reduce programs that we felt were either redundant or were primarily supporting grants to local local stakeholders or states. And it was the core government work that we preserved. With respect to unmanned systems and ocean exploration, we didn't zero those out. So even though we removed the unmanned systems research effort, there is still a vast amount of great unmanned work going on all across NOAA. Our fisheries, for example, are doing amazing things, surveying marine mammals and acoustically with unmanned surface vehicles and underwater vehicles, looking at fish and fish stocks that in ways that are just much more efficient and cost savings compared to our previous efforts. And so we're flying drones, we're doing underwater and surface type of activity, and advancing that still in the current line of funding we have today. But I will look forward to working with you and the Navy going forward to see how we can best continue those operations and the research and development behind it.
Well, thank you, Admiral. Thank you for your service, and with that, I yield back.
Thanks, Congressman.
Ms. Amin?